the actual heck plot. Seriously, this almost happened. Right. The year is 1933. America. The Great Depression is hitting hard. Banks are failing like dominoes. Into this chaos steps Franklin D. Roosevelt, FDR. He's new. He's got big ideas. He's promising a New Deal, which sounds good unless you're incredibly rich. So what was this business plot? Allegedly a plan by some very wealthy American businessmen. Their brilliant idea to overthrow President Roosevelt. Yes, overthrow forcefully and replace him with someone more agreeable, perhaps even a dictator-like figure. Why would these titans of industry want to do something so un-American? Fear, or maybe greed, let's say both. FDR was rolling out his New Deal, things like Social Security, regulating banks, taking the country off the gold standard. To these guys, this wasn't salvation, it was socialism, communism. This wasn't just some grumbling in a fancy boardroom. This was, according to the allegations, a concrete scheme. The idea involved creating a massive private army composed of disgruntled war veterans, 500,000 of them. Their mission? March on Washington, D.C., intimidate FDR, force him to cede power, or just kick him out entirely. It sounds like a terrible action movie plot, doesn't it? Except some people apparently took it very seriously. Now, why would these titans of industry, these paragons of capitalism, allegedly want to do something so un-American? In a word, fear, or maybe greed. Let's say both. FDR was rolling out his New Deal. Our cast of characters, millionaires, bond salesmen, and one very confused Marine. So, who are the alleged stars of this political thriller? First up, our hero, Major General Smedley Butler, a highly decorated Marine, 2 Medals of Honor, known for his integrity and outspoken nature. War is a racket, he famously said, not exactly the first person you'd tap for a fascist coup. Then there's the alleged recruiter, Gerald C. Maguire, a bond salesman for a Wall Street firm. He was apparently the one doing the legwork. Meeting with Butler, laying out the supposed plan he claimed to represent a powerful group of individuals, people with names you'd recognize. These were not your average Joe Schmoes planning a prank. These were men with serious money and serious influence. Who else was in this alleged cabal? Names like Grayson MP Murphy, Robert Sterling Clark, and even Prescott Bush. The point is, these were big fish, with very big bank accounts and apparently very big anti-democratic ideas. The master plan, how to not overthrow a president. So what was this grand, genius plan to save America from helping poor people? Well, Maguire allegedly approached Butler multiple times. The core idea was to get Butler to lead this new army, an army of 500,000 veterans. They'd march on Washington, a show of force. The goal? To pressure FDR into stepping aside, or at least handing over most of his power to a newly created position, a Secretary of General Affairs, which sounds suspiciously like dictator-in-chief light. Butler, being a patriot, didn't just tell Maguire to get lost. Instead, he played along. He gathered information. He let Maguire spill the beans. Eventually, Smedley Butler decided he'd heard quite enough. This wasn't just talk anymore. It felt real and dangerous. So, in November 1934, he went public. He testified before a special committee of the House of Representatives, the McCormack-Dickstein Committee tasked with investigating Nazi propaganda and un-American activities. Butler laid it all out. The meetings, the money, the plan, the names of the powerful men allegedly behind it. It was explosive stuff, or it should have been. The nation, however, was a bit busy with, the Great Depression. The McCormack-Dickstein Committee did investigate. They interviewed Butler, they interviewed Maguire, they looked into the financial connections. And their final report, released in early 1935, was interesting. It stated that certain persons had made attempts to establish a fascistic organization in the United States. It confirmed that Butler had indeed been approached. The committee said it could verify all the pertinent statements made by General Butler. Okay, so a nearly century-old half-baked coup attempt that went nowhere. Why should you, a busy modern individual with cat videos to watch, care about this? Because, folks, history isn't just a collection of old dates and dead guys. It's a series of lessons. Often lessons we're doomed to repeat if we don't pay attention. And this is a big one. It's like that one uncle who always tells the same story about nearly burning down the shed. You roll your eyes, but you also make sure the fire extinguisher is handy. The business plot is a stark reminder of democracy's fragility. It shows what can happen when economic desperation meets extreme ideology, and when a small group of incredibly wealthy and powerful people decide that their interests are more important than, say, the entire democratic process. When they feel their power or profits are threatened, some might consider options that are, shall we say, outside the bounds of normal political discourse. Sound even vaguely familiar in today's world? Just a tiny bit. Yeah, that's what I thought. And let's not forget Major General Smedley Butler. The man was a genuine patriot, not the flag-waving, my country right or wrong type, but the kind who understood that true patriotism means defending the Constitution and the democratic principles it stands for, even against powerful insiders. He blew the whistle. He risked his reputation. He chose integrity over complicity. We need more Smedley Butlers. Like and subscribe for more.